Good morning, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Morning Mashup. I'm very excited about today's presentation. We are going to talk about what we need to do, thoughts, ideas on how to develop a stronger belief system in yourself and a mindset for achieving, going through obstacles, challenges, and reaching your goals. I know that you've heard this many times before, but anybody that has achieved a higher level of success will oftentimes tell you that success is 80%, 90% about mindset and your belief system about what you're doing, about yourself, and how you're going about your business, and maybe 10, 20% what you do and how you do it. What that means for us is that we need to consistently be working on developing a strong mindset, a strong belief system, and putting ourselves in the position where we can always stay in momentum and continue to move forward regardless of what's going on in or outside of our business and our lives and the world. The reality is that there's always going to be ups and there's going to be downs, but champions are the people that learn how to go full steam ahead when things are good and go even harder when things are bad or when things are tough. And I know that for a lot of people out there today, this past year and a half has not been ideal, right? It's been tough. And ultimately, the only thing that can really keep you moving forward is having a strong confidence, strong belief system, strong mindset, and obviously dealing with all the various different challenges, concerns, and regulations that have been set into place because of what we're going through. But today I'm going to talk about maybe about 10 different points and thoughts, ideas that we can all incorporate into our daily lives to help us create a stronger belief system and a stronger mindset. So the first thing that I wrote down for you today is we have to continue to work on what works, what doesn't work, and work on what you know and what you need to know. What does that mean? The easiest way to create a stronger belief system in yourself is to continue to focus on the things that work, but not ignore the things that don't, and develop a strong skill set around the things that are slowing you down or maybe getting you off track, keeping your motivation and your mindset in the wrong place. So when we continuously work on our skills, that in turn creates this belief system in ourselves that makes you want to charge forward against things that you might normally take your foot off the gas for. I oftentimes when I'm talking about this point, I think about as a child, I was never really into video games. And because I wasn't into video games and I didn't practice and I didn't develop my skills, every time I was at my friend's house or they were over and everybody wanted to play video games, I generally had no desire to play. But what's interesting about that to me is that if I had the skill set, if I had put in the time, when everybody wanted to play, I probably would like to play. Why didn't I want to play? I didn't want to play because I'd always get beat. I'd always lose, and it would just create frustration and pain and maybe a bit of anxiety. So it would cause me to avoid playing the game. And that might be this case for you in different sports, right? If you're not good at basketball, what are the chances that you're going to go show up to a pickup game and want to play? But if you develop your skills, that in turn creates confidence and a stronger belief system in yourself, and you'll be more likely to pick up the controller and play a game or get on the court and play some ball. And my point with all that is it's the same thing for the skills in your business. When you focus on developing the skill set, paying attention to what works, what doesn't work, and paying attention to what you know and what you need to know and how to get better at all those things, the consistent progress and putting your attention behind the skill sets that matter is one of the easiest ways to create a stronger belief system in yourself, right? If we look at agents that are succeeding at a high level, it's not because they're lucky. It's because they have a belief system that they know how to take a prospect and turn a prospect into a client, and take a client and get them in contract and get the deal closed. They have a belief system in their ability to have proper dialogue and conversation. They have a strong belief system in their ability to handle objections and make a client feel comfortable and confident. all of these things, these skill sets that are important in our business, a lot of times we avoid developing the skills around them, but we're also forgetting that once you do, not only does your business grow, but your belief system and your mindset around your business and the activities and actions that you need to take on a daily basis, as you become more confident and more skilled, your belief system around this part of the business and the things that you avoid tends to become stronger and more effective. Next thing I wrote down, and this has been huge for myself and my business partners, is start or join a mastermind group. See, the nice thing about a mastermind group, and I'll tell you my experience and the ones that we've been in, a good mastermind group is one that's filled with people that are oftentimes achieving and doing better than you in business and in life, or whatever part of your life you want to focus on. So, one of the masterminds, the first really strong ones that we were in, I'm sitting next to people that are younger than me, older than me, no different than me, and watching them win at such a high level. I remember sitting next to this guy from another country. He, at the time, I want to say was like 17, 18 years old, making $1 million a month in his business. And, I was probably 30 at the time, maybe 32. And I'm looking at this kid, right? That to me is no better than me, right? He's no different than me. He's younger than me and has probably less skill set than I do. But he was able to achieve such a strong and high level of success at such a young, early age. Being around those people changes your belief system. Watching other people win, hearing their stories, masterminding with them, changes your belief system. All of these things are important because it starts to change the way that you look at opportunity. It changes the way you look at challenges, and it reminds you that the people that reach very high levels of success are actually no different than you. They just have a different set of skills, mindset, belief system that you can also have. I'm a big believer that success ends and starts with the environment that you put yourself in. And that's why mastermind groups are so important, because it changes the way you look at things. By being around other people that think big, do big, act big, and break through their challenges and continue to reach their goals and achieve a higher level of success. So if you're not in a mastermind group, look one up. We run a real estate group called Closing Table. If you're interested, you can send me a DM about that. But there's tons of mastermind groups, and you can also start your own by reaching out to other top producers in your community and say, hey, I'm getting together 10 of the best agents, and I'm hosting a mastermind group where we can get together, we can talk about what's winning, talk about what's not winning, brainstorm ideas, et cetera, et cetera. And I promise you that being in an environment like that with people that are winning at a high level, you cannot help but to change your belief system and the way that you look at challenges and opportunities. Number 3, or letter C, working on positive affirmations every day. Here's the deal. Everybody has heard work on your affirmations, but most of us don't do it. Why? Because maybe we think it takes too much time. Maybe we think it's cheesy or corny, whatever it may be. But we have to remind ourselves and be real with the fact that what goes on out here, in here, completely affects what comes out into the world. It affects your actions. It affects your ability to continue moving when things get tough. And more than anything, over the course of time, these affirmations will, in fact, without a shadow of a doubt, change your belief system. So start by writing down 5 or 10 affirmations. And read them every single morning, read them every single night. It's the same idea that when you think about something before you fall asleep at night, and you wake up, and you fall asleep thinking about this thought or this idea, a lot of times you'll have a dream around those thoughts. And that's what affirmations will do, is the more you continue to put these affirmations through your head, it becomes a part of you and it changes your belief system, and magical things happen to where things start to line up when your belief system gets stronger and the actions you take behind the activities that you need to do become more effective and more consistent. So I challenge you, don't allow yourself to miss this opportunity of working on your affirmations. Letter D, start reading positive books listening to positive messages, and watching positive people. The idea that we can pick up a book and read a story from someone like Steve Jobs. I forget the name of the book, but it's the big white one with just a black and white cover on him. That was one of the best books I ever read. And what I took away from it is that this man had such a strong belief system in himself, even when he might not have thought that things were practical or possible. The belief system that he had and the ability to make things come to life was astonishing. It was really, it was a great book. And you look at people like maybe Elon Musk that continues to make the impossible possible. And it's not because of, he's just the chosen one. Yes, he has skills, and yes, he has connections, and yes, he has resources. But all of those are a reflection of what started first, which is a very strong belief system inside of himself and what he can achieve and the way that he could change the world. So if you're trying to just change your business and change your life, I promise you, it starts with the belief system in yourself. So picking up positive books, listening to great podcasts like Founders, wherever it is, how do I do this? Founders Club. There's another great one called Mixergy, where people are interviewing successful entrepreneurs. And when I listen to these podcasts, I cannot help but to think, man, this person is no different than me, and he or she is achieving so much success. And that will help in turn for me create a stronger belief system in myself. And along the way, I pick up little nuggets that I can execute inside of our businesses to help us continue to grow and have more success. So remember, read positive books, listen to positive messages, and watch positive things. YouTube has a slew of motivational positive videos, interviews, podcasts, etc. So if you like to watch, if you like to listen, or if you like to read, all of that is out there, and it's generally free. So, pick an avenue and find some podcasts or some books and just start to put that stuff inside of your brain so you can create that stronger belief system and mindset for yourself. Next thing I wrote down is practice daily positive responses to what you deal with. What do we mean by that? When bad things happen, you have two choices. When unideal things happen, you have two choices. You can either have the negative response, which is probably what a lot of us fall into more often than not, or you can create that trigger in your brain that you're just going to practice having a positive response to the things that you're dealing with, to the things that are not ideal. And what you'll start to learn is it's a habit. And the more you teach and train yourself to have positive responses to the things that you deal with, all of a sudden, if it's a month or 2 months or a year later, you'll find that you will naturally start to be the person that has positive responses when negative or unideal things happen. Because what happens is your brain starts to create a pattern. For a lot of us right now, we have the pattern when something bad happens, our response will generally be a negative response. Why is this happening? Why is this happening to me? Et cetera, et cetera. But if we can learn to create the positive response behavior to when things happen and things that we're dealing with, we start to create that pattern inside of our brain that that's how we think and that's how we react. And that will in turn create a stronger belief system and give you the skill set and the ability to have positive responses to things that are happening on a daily basis. Two more things. Next point I wrote down is focus every single day on developing your skills. We kind of touched on that earlier on the first point, but the easiest way to have a stronger belief system is to focus every day on creating a stronger belief behind your skill sets. And when you start to become more confident behind the things that you do, you're simply going to do them more often and more effectively. And that will in turn create a stronger belief system. I'll tell you for myself today, I am 100% confident that if I get on the phone with the prospect, I have a really, really good chance of converting that lead into an appointment or into a contract or whatever it may be. Doesn't mean that it happens every single time, but it does mean that I actually truly believe in myself and in my skills that when I'm in a sales environment, I can be versatile enough to communicate the right way, to have the right dialogue, to handle objections, to make the prospect feel comfortable and confident. And that, again, is not something I was born with. It's a learned skill that over the course of time became stronger and more present in my mindset and my actions. So working on your skill set on a daily basis is one of the easiest ways to create a stronger belief system in yourself as well as your mindset. Last thing I wrote down, and this is something I think everyone should do, is one of the best ways to create a stronger belief system in yourself and a stronger mindset is to get into a coaching program. Whatever you're trying to achieve in your life, there are coaches and there's resources that can help you steer the ship the right way. You know, coaching is part helping you believe in yourself. It's part creating skill sets. It's part helping you look at things you don't want to look at. It's part saying, no, not that way, this way. When you hire someone that has achieved the success that you're looking to achieve, and now they are in your corner rooting for you, believing in you, pushing you, and getting you to the place where you can believe, act, and have the skill sets required to reach your goals, that is one of the things that has been instrumental in my life, as well as my business partners, in the different things that we do. Anything we want to achieve, we're going to go find someone that has done what we want to do and ask them, pay them, beg them, whatever it needs to be our support system and coach us to get to the level that we want to get to. So hopefully that all helped. I'm trying to keep these things as short as possible. I know that we are all zoomed out, but the good news is it looks like things are opening back up, and hopefully we can get together again soon in person. Well, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a great weekend, and we will see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.